What's up everybody, Tony here with HighTechCheck, and today we're going to be taking a look at a projector made by Topvision. Now this projector is a native 1080p projector. It's got built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's got 9500 lux brightness, 12,000 to 1 contrast ratio. It also has a built-in touch controller, 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and it can project a picture up to 350 inches. Now you can pick this up off Amazon, and I will be putting a link in the description in case you guys want to pick it up yourself. And if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews to you guys. Now I will be hooking this up so I can show you what kind of picture quality it has, how good the brightness is, and I will also be hooking up a gaming console in case you guys are wondering what kind of gaming experience you can expect on this projector, especially since it can project to up to a 350-inch display. Who wouldn't want a game on that big of a screen? As well as some other interesting things that it can do. But first, let's go ahead and see what you get inside the box. Okay, so here we have an HDMI cable. Here we have our power cable. Here we have a bag with our manual in it. We have our remote control and some composite cables to what looks like a headphone jack. So if you want to hook up some older devices, you can do that as well. And then here we have the projector itself. Looks pretty interesting. It's not super heavy, but it does have a little bit of weight to it. So if we look at the front here, we have a little cap that covers our lens. We have a little IR sensor right here for the remote control. On the bottom here, we do have a little height adjustment that you can just unscrew and adjust the height if you need. On the top here, we have our touchscreen controls. On the side, we have our little air vent where the air goes in, and it also has a filter that you can clean. We also have what looks like our zoom and our focus on the side here. On the back, we have our power cable. We have our little IR sensor. We have some USBs. We have a headphone jack. We have that AV port for the composite cables that I showed you, and 2 HDMIs. And on the other side, it looks like we have our exhaust port for the other side of the intake where all the air comes out of. And it's got some rubber feet on the bottom here, so if you put it down on something, it won't scratch anything up. Now since this does have HDMI ports, you can hook up anything you want that uses HDMI. Gaming system, Fire Sticks, Rokus, anything you can imagine that uses HDMI, you're going to be able to hook up to this to use as a display. Now the other really nice thing is it has a couple of USB ports on the back, which can double for power for your Fire Stick or any other device that uses some low voltage, as well as some screen mirroring. So if you have iOS, Apple devices, or Android devices, you're going to be able to screen mirror or connect them up to the USB port here to display what's on your phone, so you can easily watch videos that are stored on your phone without the use of Wi-Fi. Okay, so here is the projector all hooked up. As you can see, the little red LED is glowing to let you know that it is plugged in, but it is off. This whole thing right here does have some blue LEDs that light up when it is on. Looks pretty cool. Here we have that vent that I told you about, so I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to let you listen to how loud the fan is, and I'll turn the lights off to show you what the LEDs look like. Here we have a little closer look at the remote control. As you can see, we have our volume buttons, our mute button, our fast forward and reverse, our home button, the menu button, the back button, our OK play pause button, and the arrows to select, our source button. This rotates the screen in case you have the projector mounted upside down or anything like that on your ceiling. And then we also have the power button right there. Now, before I showed you around the whole projector, on the bottom it does have those rubber feet. If you take the rubber feet off, there are mounting holes for a mount. So if you want to mount this on your ceiling or something like that, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on now. I'll let you listen to the fan. And I'm probably standing maybe 1.5 feet away from the projector, and that's what the fan noise sounds like. And then as you can see, those blue LEDs light up really nice so you can see very easily. And again, that is the whole touchpad. Okay, so here we have those touch controls. If you want to control the projector without the use of the controller, you can do so. All you need to do is simply tap the button you want to use and it just works. Like I have the power button here, I'll go ahead and turn it off. We're going to have to hit it twice, once to tell it we want to initiate the shutdown and then again to confirm. So one touch there and then touch again, and it simply turns off that quickly. So right now we're in my basement and it is very well lit. And as you can see, you can still see the picture pretty good. I will be turning off the lights so we can get a better idea of what the picture quality looks like in a few minutes. But first I kind of want to go over the menu. Okay, so as you can see on our home screen right here, we have a choice of looking at movies, music, photos, and text. Now you're going to use those when you have your projector hooked up to a USB that has these types of files on them. We also have the option to do the mirror cast down here in case you want to cast from your laptop, your tablet, or your phone. We have our settings. We'll go ahead and go into that right now. So as you can see, we have our picture mode. We can change that from user, standard, dynamic, mild. We can change the contrast, the brightness, our color, tint, sharpness. Now you can also zoom in if you are kind of too far back and the picture kind of is bigger than what you need. You can always zoom in and it makes the picture smaller to kind of fit where your area is, so that's definitely helpful. We also have the color temperature and noise reduction. So if I do the zoom, I'll go ahead, as you can see, it is zooming in on that little picture there. And we can go up to 25. I'll go ahead and back out and you can see how small the picture is now. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go over to our sound. We have sound mode. You can do movie, music, sports, or user. You can change the treble and the bass. And then we have our on-screen display language, which is English for me. We can change our aspect ratio, which is now 16:9. You can change that projector mode. Like I showed you before, you can rotate it depending on the orientation of the projector. We have Bluetooth in case you want to send sound to the projector, like if you're playing music or something like that. We have a factory reset, a software upgrade, and your version. And then we have our support page, which just gives you the contacts in case you need to support somebody. And then this surprise just kind of shows you the warranty and whatever. Not really very important here. And then for our source selection, you have home, which is what we just saw, the Miracast, HDMI 1 and 2, AV, and that's pretty much it for your sources. Okay, so here I have YouTube loaded up on my Xbox. As you can see, you can still see the screen fairly well, even though it is in a brightly lit room. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights and we'll see how much better the picture quality actually gets. So now, as far as I can tell, the picture quality is actually pretty good. The only thing is you can't focus all of the whole screen at one time. It does seem to make like the outer portions of the screen a little fuzzy, like you can see on the subscribed button. It is out of focus, but the middle of the screen and to the left of the screen are perfectly clear. So now I'll go ahead and play one of my videos here. Pretty much that simple. Now they do suggest if you're going to use brightness over 80%, you're going to want to hook this up to some sort of power source, whether it be... Now I will tell you that the picture quality is actually really good. And when I mentioned the fuzziness before, it might not matter depending on what you're watching. Like when we're watching this video here, you can't even tell that there is fuzziness because it kind of blends in with the top left-hand corner of the screen and everything else is in focus. So it may or may not be a big deal to you. If you have text or a lot of text or something on the screen, you will notice it, but in most situations you probably won't even. The sound is also super loud. I only have my sound up to 51% right now, and I can clearly hear it pretty much anywhere I would be downstairs here in my basement. So you definitely don't have to worry about the sound. So from this video here, you can definitely see how vibrant the color is from the color of my shirt. So not only is the picture quality good, but the color representation is also pretty good as well. So now we're gonna play some video games. As you can see, I'm putting on Killer Instinct. The brightness of this projector is really good, I really must say. So from what you can see here on the screen, you probably can't tell from the video, but the contrast is definitely pretty dark, comparable to the screen portion that doesn't have anything lit up by the projector. Now, like I said before, if you do have a lot of text on the screen, you're definitely going to notice that blurring effect in the corners. As you can see from here, half the portion of the screen is pretty clear, but if we look at the top right-hand corner, the things look blurred out. Now, this projector not only being 1080p, but it can also support 60 hertz refresh rate. So when you're playing video games, it should give you that nice smooth motion if the game supports 60 hertz. So while I'm playing PUBG, I'm not noticing any input lag whatsoever. It seems pretty responsive, no lag at all. So if you're going to play games on this projector, you should have a pretty good experience. And then here I just want to turn the lights back on to kind of show you what you're looking at if you were to game in a very brightly lit environment. Again, you can still see the picture. It's definitely not optimal, but you can still get by if you needed to have the lights on. Now, like I was telling you before, you can hook up a Fire Stick or a Roku or some other streaming device directly to the projector, and because it has the two USB ports, it also powers the device. So you don't need any external power adapters or anything like that. You just simply plug the Fire Stick into your HDMI port and then plug the other end into the USB, and then everything is all set up. And then as you can see here, we have the Fire Stick all set up on the projector. And as you just heard, it plays sound through the projector speaker as well, which is pretty loud. Okay, so now we're going to do the screen mirroring using my iPhone 13 Pro Max. All you need is your phone and the original charging cable for the iPhone itself. You're going to go ahead and plug it into the USB 2. You'll get this little pop-up here that says trust this computer. We'll go ahead and say trust. We'll put in our password for your phone. It'll go ahead and accept it, and then it'll screen mirror whatever's on your phone here onto the projector screen. So as you can see here, it is displaying whatever is on my phone screen. I'm swiping through my phone, and there really is no lag. There might be like maybe a millisecond, but not enough to really matter just because you're screen mirroring. So I'm going to go ahead and open up one of my YouTube videos here. So now I'll go ahead and rotate the screen into landscape mode. And as you can see, it does change the screen aspect on the projector as well. From what I can hear, there is no audio lag or video lag. It looks pretty good. So if you need to display something from your phone projected onto the projector, it seems to work pretty good. And if you rotate your screen in portrait, it goes back to that. So you can control the way that it looks, and it's pretty quick as well. So now the only thing is, if you want to display things from your phone on the projector using an app like Disney Plus, Netflix, things like that, you will probably not be able to do it because of this, the HDCP. So if you want to stream shows from like Disney Plus, Netflix, things like that, you will need to use a Fire Stick or a streaming device. You won't be able to mirror it right from your phone. But things like YouTube, Plex, you shouldn't have any issues with, as we just saw. Now you can also wirelessly cast to the projector, and here are the instructions right here. So when you go to the mirror cast on the projector, this automatically comes up to tell you exactly what you need to do. And we're going to be using my iPhone 13 Pro Max to do this wirelessly. So first, we need to go into our Wi-Fi settings. I'm going to go into Wi-Fi. Now we're going to search for dual cast. There it is right there. We'll go ahead and click on that. We'll put in our password. Now as you can see at the top middle, it says PSK 123456778. That is your Wi-Fi password, so you want to go ahead and put that in. We'll go ahead and join. All right, we are joined, and then we're going to go ahead and go into our screen mirroring. And as you can see, the dual cast is right there, and we'll just go ahead and click on that. Okay, so here as you can see, I am using the wireless screen mirroring with my iPhone. As you can see, the screen mirroring button is working right there. And there doesn't seem to be any lag here either, at least swiping through my screen. So I'll go ahead and turn on a YouTube video. And here I just wanted to show you that I am wireless. I'm not using any wired.
As well as some charging cables, all made by Spigen. Now, in the description,
As you can see how fast it changes, it's pretty good.
want to support my channel, please use those links. Purchasing products.
So the streaming actually seems to be just as good a wireless as it was wired on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So I'm pretty impressed. And you can change the volume right from your phone.
And then here is the charging station itself. Now this one is just...
And just to show you that screen quickness, as you can see, there really is no lag whatsoever, and I am wireless. So right here I have the projector set up to the closest that it could be to any surface and be in focus, and that is 44 inches away. And at 44 inches, it will give you about a 31-inch screen, which isn't bad at all. And as you can see, it is super clear. Now, I've noticed that when we're close like this, everything seems to be pretty clear. It's only when we start getting to the 150 plus inch range that we might get some of the blurring in some of the edges, but for right here, everything seems really clear. And just look at how fast it turns on from the moment I hit the power button. 3, 2, 1, go. Super quick. You won't find that in regular bulb projectors. And it does seem to leave off on the input that you last had it on, so you don't need to continuously change it to the source that you had if you just use one source all the time. Now that other little adjustment we have in here with the focus is the keystone correction. So if you happen to have your projector on a lower surface than what you're projecting on, if you want to like aim it up on a wall or something, you would simply use that keystone correction to make the screen look level instead of it being off. Now, like I said before, it does have support for use with USB flash drives. So in case you want to watch movies, listen to music, look at photos, or text, you just have to put those files on the flash drive and then you can play them on the projector. You just have to make sure that they're in the format that the projector can read, and those will be in the manual. So here I have my USB flash drive plugged in. It does have a home video on it, and as you can see in the top right hand corner of the projector screen there, it does show a little USB flash drive to let you know that it is inserted. So we'll go ahead and go to the movies tab. There's our USB. Go ahead and go down to one of our videos here and we'll play that. I'm pretty impressed with this projector, especially for the price point that you're getting it at. At the moment of the recording, it's currently $169 with a 30% off coupon. And again, I will be putting that link in the description in case you guys want to pick it up yourself. So build quality is pretty much on par with what you can expect from other comparable projectors. It is made of all plastic, but wood projector really isn't. As far as the sound quality goes, even though it only has one speaker, that speaker is super loud and you shouldn't have any problems hearing any movies or anything you're going to be playing on the projector. And you can also connect a soundbar or Bluetooth speakers if you really need that extra boost. As far as picture quality goes, as you saw, I thought the picture was pretty good for 1080p. The only issue was that slight fuzziness in the one corner of the projector. You really couldn't make the whole picture really crisp and clear. But again, you're really not going to see that unless you're putting up a lot of text on the screen. Watching movies, playing video games, you really shouldn't have any issues there. And like I said before, any gaming experience you're going to have on this projector should be pretty good. There was no input lag that I could see, and that 60 Hertz refresh rate is going to give you a nice smooth moving picture. And the fact that you can project it at 350 inches makes it that much more appealing. Now, if there's any questions I didn't answer in my video, definitely make sure you drop me a line in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions I can for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you guys know when I put out new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.